Hello, everyone.
Anyways.
Welcome back to a brand new episode of Trash Talk. I'm here with our co-host Acehowler, but instead of just doing a co-host only episode like I said we would be doing, I'm doing one where I'm actually speaking to him as a guest. So, how have you been?
Hey, I've been good. I just been chilling today.
Yeah, no
Nice
one
to
gives
be
a
on the
fuck.
show. Oh, okay.
Um, so let's jump straight into it, right? With your start on YouTube. How did you, Acehowler 180, get started on the platform of YouTube?
Yes, it's actually an interesting story.
I bet it is.
Oh yeah, so my mom was actually against me going on the platform because she didn't really like YouTube. But the
Any
way
reason for that, or did she have a personal vendetta? Was like one of the
uh
co-hosts, or what was one of the people CEOs? Did she got like a racist vendetta against the Indian men that
nah
created?
nah 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 no, literally no, she just didn't like the internet and just thought everything was terrible. So she
She
wanted me
did.
like away from that.
She didn't like the internet.
No, she thought it was just filled with like kidnappers and creeps or whatever. So like I wasn't like she didn't
Oh,
like me going around that. That was just her mindset. But actually, how I got on the platform in the first place was it was actually my
mhm.
younger brother. He made a video for a school project. He does like a stop motion thing. I helped him with it, and since he
Yeah.
did, now my mom was cool with it, and then I was able to actually start making content.
Well, how old were you when you were started like originally making content?
Oh geez. Well, I think I started actually like in 2020. So I think I was maybe either 15 or 16. I wasn't on very long, to be honest.
So you haven't been doing it for like a while at
Nope.
all.
Nope.
Damn, you've got a boring fucking story, man. Fucking
Oh
like
yeah, thanks.
that is like. They're like plain and simple. Right, okay, right. I think I've got something to spice it up, right? So you started on YouTube. What sort of content were you making when you first started? Because I'm gonna just assume that you weren't making commentary videos when you started diving into like doing shit.
Well, it was kind of a mix of things. At first, I was trying to do story time because, like,
Mhm.
I mean, I just told people like a little bit about myself.
Yeah,
Then I did a little bit of gaming, did some art stuff. Then I
you
started
did do my
diving into
stuff, did you?
did no, just did some art stuff. Speed drawing.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good.
it was pretty mid. I'm not gonna lie, but
Okay. And then of course, you got into commentary, where I do want to speak about a specific video called the
oh
Dream
no,
Content Swap.
oh boy.
I feel like doing content cops as a commentator, if you're not iDubbbz, is like a very overused thing, and it's just like you roll your eyes. So what drove you to make a content cop on Dream?
I thought it would be funny, and B, I was just kind of curious because I didn't see anyone like really do it, so I just thought it'd be funny. So I did it, and
Mhm.
it actually kind of popped off because it was during his grooming allegations.
Damn, bro, timed that perfectly, and that's your most popular video as well.
Oh yeah, yeah, for real. Dude, like I was actually kind of worried about that because I was just behind the mindset that like I mean, yeah, no, Dream has some terrible fans, but I thought like one of them would probably do something if they saw it. A lot of people got mad at it when I made it, but the arguments really were more on Twitter than it was on the YouTube comments.
Hmm.
But no, so I actually got like a little paranoid because I started like hearing steps in my house. And I'm like, oh fuck, it's the Dream stands.
Why were you getting paranoid over a YouTube video?
Because it was just doing more and more well.
Well, what's
So,
wrong with you and your family? Like scared of YouTube and the internet, and now fucking scared that some Dream
no, no,
SMP
no, no, you don't
nutjob will spawn in
understand.
your window.
I literally talked about the Casey Tron situation in the video, and I'm like, oh gosh, I hope that doesn't happen. But and then like the whole like Dream saying like, I mean, if you get doxxed, it's really not that big of a deal to be honest. And I'm like, oh shit. So
What? Like, so you were scared that like some Dream SMP nutjob would like climb through your window at night and hiding under your bed?
yeah, yeah, for real, for real. But no, it's just a stupid cat.
It was a stupid cat.
Yeah, no, like honestly, a lot of people were just
Well,
pissed about it online. No one did anything.
well, speaking about being like people being pissed at it online, I do want to speak a little bit about your friendship with ZeroNeedsCoffee.
Oh
Um,
fuck. Okay.
Yeah, I could say there'd be some awkward stuff. So, no, for everyone that doesn't know who Zero Needs Coffee is, Zero Needs Coffee started off as a commentary-based YouTuber, right? He then dove into like jail and stuff like that, before like diving into like game reviews, YouTube Shorts, before diving into vaginas of young children.
Oh
Um,
gosh.
That was a joke for anyone that can tell. He didn't do that. He just
Yeah.
dived straight forward into the DMs of a young child. Um, and I have had the pleasure of speaking to Zero and like discussing the allegations, which were pretty serious allegations, and some of it got levied off, some of it got added on. So, where did your friendship with Zero Needs Coffee really like start?
Oh, damn. That's a great segue into that. Literally, I found Zero off of actually a Clappy video because Clappy was talking about the YouTuber Pointless, and there was a thing that happened between Pointless and Zero, and
Yeah.
then I went to go check on Zero to see if he was chill, because I guess it was like a around like 200K channel, just like beefing with the 3K channel. So I was just kind of wondering like how that was going. And then I kind of like started talking to him, and then from there, that's kind of really where it started, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, like, and then we started like talking more. I think we played some games online, just getting to know each other a bit better. And then he made me an admin in the server just because I guess I was someone he trusted more, just over time. And this was right after he had an admin just like banned a third of the server for no reason. So, so he needed more admins. So he saw that was like a fan for at least a month or two, and then just said, "Hey, you want to be an admin?" I'm like, oh, all right.
And
Yeah.
with that, like, of course, when these allegations did come forward, it seemed like you, of course, by that point you had built up like quite a good rapport with him, a good friendship behind the scenes. But of course, when you and Clappy were doing your awful, infamous video, like, for you, like, how did that go? Because again, this is the question that I sort of want to ask: is did you feel right in like being involved in that video? Now, like, for anybody again that doesn't know, Clapsealed dropped a video talking about like the Zero allegations and basically broke it to everyone. Had like this infamous thumbnail that said 16-year-old and stuff. It didn't go down too well, and it was very mixed because of how it was dealt with and stuff. So when you look back at that, do you feel ashamed, or are you happy with how you dealt with it?
I think there could have been some things done a bit better, and that was just off of, I guess, yeah, I do definitely take some blame for some recklessness because I was there too. But yeah, no, I didn't like really see too much trouble at first because no one like I probably should have had it reviewed, to be honest, by other people just to get another opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there's just some things that just kind of slipped. There was probably some things that were talked about that probably weren't as important as others. But yeah, no, like, yeah, definitely the thumbnail thing. Like, at first I didn't really see too much wrong because, I just didn't think of it that way. But then, yeah, no, yeah, when it was brought up, then yeah, that was very fair, and it was very reasonable to
What was that?
criticize.
How did Zero react? Like, I'm assuming he gave off a reaction, right? Like, or did he
Um,
not? You.
okay, so we had like a group chat with Clappy, Zero, and I, and we were just basically, talking to him. As soon as the video, like, it was scheduled, uploaded, as soon as it dropped, he just kind of like said, "All right, guys, I'm never coming." Like, said something along the lines, I think, if he's like never coming back to the internet after this, and then and he left the group chat. And I haven't like, it was like, then he was like inactive for like a couple months,
Yeah.
like at least Discord wise. I think he started going back into like just purely shorts, like I think less than a week after. But yeah, no, he kind of dipped. Obviously, he wasn't too happy about it. Uh, but
Well, yeah, like, and like on that same sort of note, then, what with this situation, and then getting to speak to him later on, right? To the point where when we did get the trash talk sorted, like, how did that go from? Because of course he wasn't too happy with the video, and like he's expressed that later on. So how did that relationship get fixed and repaired to the point where it did get to?
dude, I'm not gonna lie, it was really random of how it went about. I was talking to like one of the ex mods of the server because his server's now like deleted, and he was just asking about it. And apparently, he still had like he was like talking to Zero, and I guess he asked something, I don't know, but Zero sent me a friend request, and then we just like talked it out. And Zero and I are on like decent terms now. He doesn't really talk too much because he's more involved in his real life now. But we've talked.
Yeah, and like I guess you can only do so much with how like the whole situation like went down, and just on the same sort of topic of drama stuff, right? Let's move away from Zero Needs Minors.
Oh, jeez, guys.
Get, again, joke. If anyone's watching it, you're getting offended by that joke. Fucking shoot your cock off, mate. Let's talk about drama.
Oh
Um,
no.
what sort of drama have you been in? And more importantly, before I do get into that, Basedazaz.
Oh fuck.
You and Basedazaz have had a bit of a weird intertwined history. For maybe people that don't really know, would you like to like explain that?
Okay, so I was pretty decent like friends. I think I would argue pretty good friends at the time with Zero. And like I said, I was admin and everything. And I think there was a controversy that like people were trying to say that he was like a Vishremi clone. And they
Mhm.
had like one video where he said pretty much similar, if not the same thing as Vishremi. But
Yeah.
I only I only knew like Basedazaz's video actually existed because, funnily enough, it was actually because Rutrix was like spurging about it,
Mhm.
and like then I found the video, and fuck. Okay, so the only like thing I would say about Zero being a Vishremi clone, first off, if there was anyone cloning anyone, I would think more like Vince Ka would be like a fair thing to say that Vince Ka clone just because Vince Ka kind of started it. But I guess
Mhm.
if we're going down, that's just semantics. But saying that he's like, I was kind of like trying to like convey the point that saying like Zero was a Vishremi clone just because he said similar things was kind of goofy because like all the things that were being said was just explaining what's happening on the screen. So it's
Mhm.
according to Zero, I don't even think he saw the video. Like he just simply said what was on the screen. That's all the shorts content is. But for some reason, I think it's because Zero wasn't really liked at the time. So they were just singling him out for like being a clone and a copy, which, I mean, fair enough, I guess. But I think there's a lot of shorts creators that does the same exact thing. It's not really like a defense, but that's just what it is. Like
Well, yeah, and like I guess with the whole Azers thing, was that like the main issue that you had with him? Was that stuff, or like?
I never actually had a problem with these Azaz. It was more like what he was saying. Like I've never hated him. If I'm being real, like yeah, we
Yeah.
had drama, but I never hated the person. I just more
Mhm.
was like try to look at it like going through against what he was saying, and man, there was I know like my videos are probably like I can easily say they're not good. Like I know that's gonna be a point. They're not good. All right. I made them in the mindset to defend him, but the first video was rushed. I'm not gonna lie. I
Mhm.
think I made it under 2 hours, had pixel gun gameplay. Audio was a little bit louder than me. Like it wasn't really good. Were my points good? That's debatable, to be honest. It really depends on who you like more when it comes to that. You could disagree
Mhm.
with everything I said. That's completely fair. But then like I think in the second video, uh like because when he responded to me, he brought something up with like also like Malay calling Zero uh a pedo, which it's which
Yeah, that's mad.
I'm not gonna further comment on because well specifically for this one, yes, Zero did kind of have a suspicious sticker in his server. I think I even heard another
Oh,
commentary person
yeah.
say that she was like the actual lady was 15, but according to Zero, he had no idea. He just saw a big chest and was like, you know what? Yes. But the reason why he didn't even, yeah, he didn't remove the sticker right away because he didn't actually know how to do that. According to him, it was another person that had access to it. But
Mhm.
yeah, no, I think what was happening is that yeah, no, what happened was Malay was in the public server, Zero sent the sticker, and then Malay's like, this fully grown adult just sent me hentai. And I mean, it kind of is hentai. It's weird. Like I would argue it is in a sense because I mean, she's not even. I don't even think she was wearing anything. I mean, I think the nipples were like censored, but I don't think she was wearing anything, if I remember correctly.
Oh no.
But I think Malay waited till like right when he turned 18 to say that. So like, and he sent it when like he was like 17, and I think Malay's like 15 or 16. I don't know, but either way,
you can tell where that messed up face of it.
yeah, yeah, like that was like I think I think there was a handful of people that did clown on Malay for that, but then to be honest, I guess you could still make the criticism of you shouldn't have that sticker in that server if you make short content and the people that are your audience are kids, because that sticker would that I wouldn't have that sticker around. Like I wouldn't show that to my younger siblings or anything. Like
No, yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, it's a bit of a mess of a situation because, like, I know I personally took a bit of issue with it, found it really weird. Like, why would you have that in there? Full stop. Like, fucking, I run a server, right? But I would never consider putting anything like that in there. Like, there are emojis in there, and there are like ones that like maybe could cross the line, right? Of like
right.
Kumo and like one of these saying like "I'll touch you" or whatever, right? But there's nothing like that weird, right? Where it's just verging on pornographic. Like,
Yeah, like
there's nothing like that. Like, there's I've got to remove it. But there's an Omus one in there.
oh boy.
And that's about it. But yeah, like I like for him, he should have been maybe a bit more responsible with that.
Yeah, I would argue that, but I don't think if I'm like I'm trying to want to understand his mindset with that one, like for having it there in the first place. To be honest, I don't even think he was really thinking when he had that there. But I don't know.
Yeah, have you ever been thinking though? Like, I feel like with a lot of these situations, he just doesn't think. He like leads his cock with a lot of these situations. Like, oh, big tits, let me. Oh, a chance to chop a girl, let me. Like, it just doesn't. It doesn't
Yeah.
work. His cock's got him in more trouble than like his brain has.
Like I would definitely say that's definitely like a fair criticism to say that should not be in a server. To try to make him a pedophile off of it, it's like I don't know, like that feels like a little far off of that like situation to make him off of that, but then it's definitely really freaking weird to have in your server. So I'm glad he did remove it at the time. I mean the whole server's gone, so like even if it was still there, I mean
Yeah.
you wouldn't be seeing it. But
Well, yeah.
yeah.
But no, 100% get that. And just swiftly moving on, to like modern time, right?
Oh boy.
What are you doing now with content, and like where are you pushing forward? So let's start firstly just with like main channel videos. We'll talk about podcast stuff later. What are you getting into with like just main channel content?
Well, I did have an idea of what I wanted to try to like push more. I've been upgraded. I got like a new mic. I mean, you could probably tell, maybe not. It's like a Snowball Ice mic. So it's way better than like for videos. It's way better than whatever mic I had before. And I'm kind of like peeved about it because the last mic wasn't cheap, right? Like it was a headset I had, and it was $100, right? But it sounds like shit. I'm not gonna lie, it sounds like shit. But this one that I bought for $50, it sounds like it's a lot better. And I'm like, bro. Like, and the only reason I only knew this mic existed because a lot of big streamers use it, and yes, it is also used for podcasts too. But it's like way better than my last mic, and I think it's more bearable to listen to my voice now in videos. And I've been just trying to upgrade everything. I've been having my channel artist grind some new things. So that I love the stills I have. I'm not gonna lie. I guess just a little thing for you. She wanted to take like this into her own hands. Because I'm still paying her for it. Don't worry. But like I guess it was more of like a passion thing for it. She wanted to actually like remake the stills and have them more detailed. Which she showed me one of them so far. It looks way better than the one that I have right now. So I'm actually kind of excited for that. Yeah.
With all of that going forward, right, with your podcast and stuff and all that crap, right?
Yeah.
As I will still call it a space.
Nah, the
well,
volleyball will sue me.
where, like, where do you want to take that? Because I feel like there are loads of commentary podcasts, right? The Trash
Right.
Talk, not being big-headed, I feel like stands out amongst them, right?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
at least in like guest pool stuff like that, and like what its focus is, and it's built like a name for itself. And there are plenty of other great podcasts that are even better than Trash Talk Writing Commentary. Just so it sounds like I'm not sucking my cock completely.
Oh, damn.
And then there are people like this Joe who I know of, like working on projects and stuff with podcasting. So like, where do you want to take your like podcast with all this sort of stuff? Because as you've said to me, this is going on like the main Acehowler channel. So like, where are we
Right.
taking that?
Well, I do want to like my main goal is to at least try to stand out. The mic quality, like the audio sounds good, so like at least for the most part, like there's no like terrible hiccups with it. I want to try to like I said, I want to stand out. I don't think I'm gonna be really like that much better than a lot of people. It might come off average to some people, but there are some things I wanted to try to be unique with it. Like for one, I am trying to have like the guests have stills in it, and
Mhm.
they could possibly use it for their own stuff. They would just have to give the artists credit for it. But I'm pretty hyped for that one. I yeah, I'm also like trying to make a different thumbnails than everyone else. Like I've been watching a lot of different podcasts to try to find a way to kind of differentiate myself from them. I want to
Well,
like
yeah.
try, yeah, I want to have like different guests on if I can. Obviously I'm trying to try to grab anyone I can, but there might be some guests I have that are the same that you have on here. I guess it's just how it is. But I want to try to
Mhm.
also ask different questions. So if I see them in one podcast, I watch that, try to see what questions were asked, then I ask different ones so that there would be a reason to watch it in the first place.
Yeah, no, I get that, and like, I guess you do want to set yourself aside from just a random commentary podcast, right? Because it does almost get to the point where the same guests are brought on, the same questions are asked, the same shit goes down like Madman's Land, and like
Yeah.
you get to a sense where you're just watching the same episode, right? You're just watching the exact same episode of a show, right? And like
Right.
I know that's where like I try and change up, where I'm like trying to go bigger, or like go home and go bigger, right? With the
Right.
guests that I'm getting on, like where I will be the first one to do this, so I'm not too bothered about like worrying about what questions I'm asking. So like, is that what you want to set yourself apart from, like different questions, like unique styling, and the fact that you don't have a channel based around it, right? It will be like
Right.
a thing that's just on your main channel.
Yeah, I'm gonna have like a whole section for it. Like you said, what's the point of like making it like similar if it's like it's basically the same episode? So
Well,
like
yeah, like
I wouldn't want to do that.
you're just watching like a fucking another crazy cunt talk about like something they've already heard about, right? Like
Yep.
you're just droning on at that point. Which I guess at that point is something that like you would want to not do, right? Like I've
Right.
never like intended for Trash Talk to go right. What topics can we talk about that's very similar to everyone else's?
Right.
Like I've never gone up my way to go fucking like let's just like be like everyone else.
Right.
And is that going to be like a side sort of thing, or are you putting like a lot of time and effort into the podcast?
Well, I am putting a lot of time and effort into it. I'm not gonna lie. Like they're pretty longer. Okay, they're pretty long episodes. Like
Hmm.
I try not to exceed an hour, but I think one of them has so far. I have like 4 episodes recorded right now.
Yeah.
But I'm actually like I'm grinding the first one. It's almost done. All right, I know I I kept typing it up on the Twitter account, but like it's almost done. I promise. But I still want to do like my goal right now is at least to post 2 to 3 commentary videos a week and at least post at the very bare minimum 1 podcast episode a month, but I
Yeah.
would like to make it a bit more frequent, like maybe one every 2 weeks or at least one
Hmm.
every week. It depends on how it goes. But I definitely want to at least keep posting commentary and podcasts. But I also did want to do documentary as well. But like so far, I've been working on the same episode for a long time, just trying to like get all the stuff I need and just like balancing everything. So it's something else.
Well, yeah, 100%. Like I guess you've got to like balance like quite a bit of stuff to do, and like Just because I feel like I want to bring this question back, and I haven't really been asking a lot of people recently for various different reasons. Guest size, awkwardness of the question. But if you could call out any YouTuber, it doesn't matter if they're 1 subscriber or 100 million subscribers, who would you
Oh.
call out personally and why?
Ooh, man, who would I call out? Man, I think
There's the
just,
question.
dude, I think just because I think it would like be funny. Maybe like just already someone that's like already like semi hated, but like has a loyal fan base. So maybe someone like Leafy. Like I don't even like really care that much for Leafy, but I think it would be kind of funny to have beef with him.
That
Like,
chipmunk looking Leafy.
yeah, Leafy. Oh yeah, dude, literally Theodore.
Yeah, exactly. What would be the reasons that you'd call out Leafy for? What would you have in mind?
I think it would just be kind of funny to do something that's similar that iDubbbz did in the past, and just like kind of show how vulnerable he is. But like,
What, by making fun of his huge forehead and his huge stomach?
yeah, with like newer examples, like
Like, oh
just
yeah, exactly. Like he's gone from no chin to getting a double chin.
exactly. Double chin don't count, Leafy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I saw that as a comment. It was wild. But yeah, dude, dude, they like freaking they did my boy dirty. They said like Leafy looks like Turkey Tom. And I'm like,
Oh
yeah,
no,
I'm
more
like,
Turkey Tom.
yo, and then Turkey Tom's not like more on a grind to work out now because of that.
Mm.
Rip. But yeah, no, I think that would be funny. He probably would just like I don't even know what he would say. He'd probably just say some like most like bland shit. Just because it's Leafy. I think literally like when he was roasting Jaded, like he just roasted like a prop in her room. Like
Oh.
yeah, rip. Dumb. Just seems like
But
it'd be
yeah,
funny.
no, I get that. And on that note, Mr. Acehowler, thank you for coming on Trash Talk. I say thank you for coming on. You're a co-host. Thank
Dumb.
you for revisiting
Yeah, I'll be
Trash
back
Talk.
next week.
Yeah, realistically, he won't. Let's
Yeah,
be real.
no, bro. I'll prove you wrong.
I'm fucking dying, man. Thank you
Rip.
everyone for watching today's episode of Trash Talk. I've been your host Samuel, and I will catch you in the next episode of Trash Talk.